Next topic is the fixed capital and the working capital. Now, what is fixed capital and what is working capital? Every company has to invest, its capital, its funds in fixed capital or working capital, means in fixed assets or in current assets. The amount which is invested in fixed asset is called fixed capital, and the amount which is invested in the working capital, that is called current assets, right? What fixed assets are? Fixed assets are the assets which are purchased by a company for the production purpose and which are not meant for sale. For example, plant, machinery, building, right? They all are fixed assets. Whereas the working capital indicates or implies the current assets. Current assets mean the assets which can be easily convertible into cash in a shorter period of time, right? For example, bills receivable, your debtors, fine, and your stock or inventories, they are called working capital, fine. Now comes the topic, that is factors affecting fixed capital. Now, what are the factors in a company which are going to affect or which affect the amount of fixed capital, right, in a company? The first one is the nature of business. Every company has a different nature of business. Some companies, they are trading firms, you can say some are manufacturing firms, some are trading firms, there are certain companies which are sole proprietorship, some are joint ventures, right? So there are different nature of business or different nature of firms, fine. So in a trading firm, there would be less or a low fixed capital required, fine, because it's a small firm and there is a less fixed capital involved, or you can say that particular firm is into the business of that is into the business, means they are purchasing goods and they are selling goods. Whereas in manufacturing firm, they are producing goods, right? They are not into the buying and selling of goods, whereas they are into manufacturing of goods, they are producing goods. So where production takes place, such companies or such firms, they require huge investment in fixed capital, means they have to invest in buying building, they have to invest in buying machineries, fine, or they have to invest so much into rent and all. So they have high operating cost as well. So such companies, such firms, they required high fixed capital investment. Second point is the scale of operations. Now we'll see, the company will look at the scale at which the firm is operating, or the company is operating, or the business is operating. If a company or if a business is operating at a large scale, so obviously that requires high investment in fixed capital, whereas a company which is small in nature or which is running at a small scale, such company, such business requires low investment in fixed capital, right? Third one is choice of technique. Business has two major types of business techniques, that is capital intensive or labor intensive. Some business, they are capital intensive, some business, they are labor intensive. Means labor intensive company or a company in which more laborers they are employed, whereas capital intensive, a company which is using more machineries, right? So if a company which is capital intensive or which is having more number of machineries, such companies, they will require more investment in fixed capital. Again, they'll have to invest in buying more buildings, more machineries, they'll have to invest heavily in technology, fine. Whereas a labor intensive company or a business will require less investment in fixed assets, fine. They'll have to invest more in labor, so they'll have to invest more in giving wages, fine, or the salaries, fine. Fourth point is technology upgradation. Technology upgradation, if in any company fixed assets, they have become obsolete, Fine, they have become outdated. So now there is a requirement of replacing the assets with the new or the upgraded technology. So if a company is going to invest in the upgradation of technology, then obviously they require higher amount to be invested in fixed capital. Fine. Next point is financing alternatives. Financing alternatives. Now what options or what alternatives are available for the financing purpose? When a financing